how you hear a disclaimer from Brad about, trading and everything. I'm going to give a disclaimer for any medical advice that Brad might give anybody. So we're not medical doctors here, and we definitely don't give advice to anybody. So let's just stay in our lane. I'll tell you, listening to Brad give medical advice, that's a good one. All right.
Hey, Saul, I have an operation this morning, so I'll be out for about an hour or two. I got some brain surgery I've got to do.
You're always out for an hour or two.
Well, I am.
All of a sudden, you can hear me. All of a sudden, you can hear me.
And now I have to work on my own brain. I've got an operation.
All right. Well, good luck. I hope you have a non-foggy mirror. All right. Let's give you our levels for this morning. Our pivot this morning is 4160. 4160. Resistance above at 67, 73, 80, 87, and 93. Support below at 54, 48, 42, 36, and 29. Pivot 60, support at 54, 48, 42, 36, and 29. Resistance on the upside at 67, 73, 80, 87, and 93. All right, market kind of rallied in the morning yesterday, went right down to our 37. And that was like, if you left an order in there with a stop, you were very happy. It was like just bounced right off of it and continued to rally. Easy way to have a trailing stop on it, just in case you think I'm not around in the afternoon. Once in a while I am. Nice rotation off of that yesterday, and we'll see what happens today. It's a new day. Every day is a new welcome to some of the new folks that are here, especially from on the other side of the pond. We like folks from the other side of the pond. We are trading many S&Ps here, trying to look for opportunities to scalp the market. We don't believe markets go straight up or straight down. And we are looking for those inflection points that give us an opportunity to scalp the market. Depending on volatility, 2 to 3 points is usually a good amount to look for. Other times, because the volatility could increase, we might have to increase our stops, increase our profit targets as well. Everything's dependent on price fluctuation and volatility at any given day. So that's what we do here on an everyday basis. And hopefully, we try to put together levels that we give out every morning, and we use those levels as a guide to the day. And, not everything's etched in stone here. You can add to them, subtract from them. Yesterday was a perfect example where we got close to a level where we did not get triggered, and we had to adjust it a little bit. And if you did, you did okay. Every day is a new day, like I said, and it's an adventure. We never know what's going to happen. All we know is we have our rules that we kind of like to use to help us trade, and that gives us a guide for the day, and then we go from there. That's all we can do every day here, because this is trading. Every day is a different day, new day. So welcome, some of the folks that are here new. Again, we are trading mini S&Ps, looking to take advantage of ebbs and flows of the market, scalp the market basically, 2 to 3 points on our stops. Support down here at the 54 area. And then we'll see where we go from there. Kind of just bouncing around here. One did bounce off of our blue band there, in case you were trading that. we'll see what it wants to do. Again, we don't have any preconceived notion as to which way the markets are going. All we can do is wait for the opportunities to enter a trade and then work the trade after we get in. And make sure you keep your stops in there all the time. So we do this on an everyday basis, like I said, and this is what we like to do here to as the market comes quickly down to the 54 area here. All right, nice rotation here off of the 54 area. Again, we scale into our trades here, and we kind of scaled into that 54 area there, depending on how you scaled in, maybe a point above and below, maybe a half a point above and below. Again, scaling in is a way of entering your trade. Our pivot this morning is 41.60, support down here at the 54 area, and 48. 42, 36, and 29. Resistance on the upside at 67, 73, 80, 87, and 93. Market continues to slowly downtick here. Thanks there, Kurt. I appreciate it. If you look at the chat box area, you'll see the levels imprinted for us, for you. All right, a nice rotation there off of our lower end of our entry point there as well. If you got the 54 area, you're getting paid off here very nicely. Good way to start the morning. So we can't complain about our first level, first trade. And again, we are looking to trade about, 4 to 5 trades on average on any given day. Sometimes, depending on volatility, there's more opportunity, and there's just these levels, and then there's also price action opportunities that occur, like the sale there against our blue band initially could have been a very quick opportunity there for you. All these trades are dependent on each individual's risk tolerance. Some traders will take more risk, obviously have more trades, scale in differently. There's different ways of addressing risk. What we do in our education course is we show you the levels, how to create them yourself, how to find them, how to be able to trade around them, how to get into them, exit them to maximize profit. That's what we do here on an everyday basis. We're trading. We're not going to be right every day, but that's why we maintain our stops, and that way we could be happy. All right, anybody have any questions, please feel free to ask. You can put them in the chat box area. The chat box area is where I will be able to answer. Well, I'll be able to see your question quicker, as it is, will be in place there. And nice rotation there against our 54 now. We'll see what happens. Got resistance up there at around the 63 area if you're looking for a spot. Oh, there you go, Don. You got one impediment for that. All right. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. Again, if you're trading multiple contracts, there's different ways of getting in, different ways of getting out. If you're trading one lots, then it's fine too. You have to find the entry point that maximizes your profit, and then look to take your profits as it comes. And that's what we do here. So let's see if there's any news that's coming out this morning that could create an opportunity for us to get some volatility, which, by the way, we don't like to trade when there is economic reports that are being released. The housing starts came out this morning at 7:30 before we opened up, and kind of created a little pop in there in the S&P, in the bond market. and we'll see what it wants to do anywhere else. Market coming up here again to our pivot area. There is no economic reports coming. Retail sale, e-commerce retail sales. That's a new number that's being put out by folks. So that's not really. So there's no economic reports coming out at 9 o'clock here or anytime before, but there are a few Fed speaks that are going to be talking. The Fed speaks will be at 10 o'clock. Two guys are talking at 10, Kaplan and Bostic, and then at 11:30, Bostic again. He's a busy guy. So there's a couple Fed speaks this morning going to be chit-chatting away. Fed speaks are Fed governors talking about interest rates, and there's a lot of talk about interest rates these days, so that is a ongoing debate as to when interest rates are going to go up or not. The Fed sticking to its conversation piece about nice trade there, Don. It's just sticking to its conversation piece about not raising rates and only waiting until the job market turns. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know. But it is what it is. We'll see if they stay stubborn or not. Can we repeat the levels there, Kurt, if you can put them in the chat box area? There they are. Those are the levels that we talk about that we use as a guide for the day. And I appreciate that, Kurt, by the way. I have to find out where my friend Mark is. He hasn't been around for a couple of days, and I'm getting a little concerned. So, but thanks, I appreciate it. So yeah, those are the levels. As again, like I said, as a guide for the day, and we add, subtract, addition, delete. We do what we have to do to understand, and all of those additions or subtractions to anything that we talk about are done because of the price action opportunities that the market gives us, or the price action that the market creates, I should say. So we take that into consideration more than anything else. And market does create price action, right? I mean, obviously prices are moving around. They stop at certain areas. Sometimes we don't know why they stop at certain areas. But we can sometimes take what we've learned in the past and use it for helping us create opportunities to trade. All right. All right, we are just bouncing around here. Nice rotation there off of the blue band. Again, if you are a blue bander, you are getting paid off here very, very nicely. We said resistance would be at 63 and got right up to 62.5 and then bounced right back down. Again, you had a couple reasons there to sell. The obvious one is the blue band, and there was also some technical reasons why you could have sold that area. And we like to make sure that you have reasons to sell and reasons to buy. We don't like to get into the market just because the market is going up or the market is going down, and we have to either buy it or sell it. That's not the way we trade. All right. So nice rotation there against our blue band. Again, we've had 3-4 trades, depending on how aggressive you want it to be. And this is only the first 15 minutes. Sometimes we get a lot of opportunities and sometimes we don't. All we can do is prepare for the day, and whatever the day brings us, we don't know what the price action is going to be day to day. Sometimes it could be exceptionally boring and slow, and sometimes it could be excruciatingly quick and painful, and other times it could be nice, giving us our opportunities, banging them out, waiting for the levels to get triggered, taking a nice advantage about them. So, hey, this is the business we're in. This is kind of unique. It's a unique business if you want, or if you're used to, 9-to-5 job-ish thing. It's not the same, obviously. All right. Again, anybody new here, welcome. And if you need to ask me a question, put them in the chat box area. If you put it just to panelists, me and Brad are the only two people who could see it, so you don't have to be concerned about anything you say, good or bad. That's fine too. These days, I've been having a lot of bad, but it is what it is. Business we're in. When we're standing in the pit talking and trading with people, and somebody yelled at me because I, quote unquote, stole his trade from him. I can handle abuse. It's okay. I've been abused before. I can also give it out too, so let's not get carried away. If I think somebody stole a trade from me, and now on computerized trading or electronic trading, nobody's stealing any trades. But in the pit, we used to, you think you should have gotten a trade and somebody else got it, and it was sometimes those discrepancies in perception happen. And sometimes you have to let people know that you are right. You have to stand up for yourself is what I'm trying to say. So again, I'm used to bad comments or bad commentary or telling me that whatever you want to tell me, but it is what it is. But I do like nice ones too. All right. Anyway, let's see. So no economic reports. We did go and already test the 54 area. So our next support level on the downside would be down at the 48 area. So in case you are trading, again, we don't like to, trade and, when it gets choppy like this. Obviously the rotation against our blue band helped. That gives us a reason to get short. Now, on the other hand, if we get above 64, you don't want to be short anymore. You probably, if we get above 64, probably rotate up and maybe touch the 67 area. That would be a target if we do get above the 64. So again, this is all based on price action opportunities the market creates. I don't make any of this stuff up. I'm just looking at the market to give me ideas to trade. That's what we are doing here. And we put together a trading methodology education package to teach you all of this stuff, that the way I look at things. So that's what we do. Tesla shares were the weakest among the big six mad caps in Monday's trading, declining more than 2% and falling back below the 200-day moving average. Other highly valued stocks have seen weakness lately. Fellow mega gap Apple, for example, has also been testing a 200-day moving average, although it survived the test so far. But Tesla's shares are feeling the pressure coming from a few directions related to and unrelated to its core businesses of selling cars. In Monday's session, Tesla fell below the 200-day moving average, which sits at $584. Last week, Tesla fell below that level for the first time since March of 2020. At the depth of the COVID-related selling, momentum has been a concern for a month. Shares are now down 35% from the closing high of January, and 24% lower from the recent high in April. Just Just 2 trading sessions earlier on April 19th, the 50-day moving average was crossed below the 100-day day in a bearish sign. The price has been consistently below the 100-day moving average since April 27th, and the 50 days since May 6th. Just in case you wanted to, get on the Elon Musk crazy train. We won't even talk about Bitcoin. I mean, why should we talk about his core business? Well, he has a lot of core businesses, I guess, but let's talk about Bitcoin instead. I don't know, guys. Look, that's a nice car, but he's going to get a lot of competition, right? I mean, he pretty much had basically the go of the land for a long time there, but the other car makers are going to be coming out with electric cars, and bonds here going down. I think we're going to be getting a same way trade with bonds and S&Ps, which is counterintuitive. The only reason that's going to happen is because of interest rates being as low as they are, and markets don't like interest rates going up. But there is a case to be made for them to go up. I can't, I'm not. I don't know. That would be terrible for the economy, but hey, I'm not one to fight the trend if that's the case. But it is what it is. Basically, you're saying the economy is doing okay if you're going to raise rates. So it is it is a little bit of a oxymoron, I guess, would be the right word there. I don't know what that even means. I love that word, by the way, oxymoron. It's a great word. All right, we continue to downtick here. Next support level we have is down at the 48 area. You could have had a little bit of a sale there against the 62, 63 area that we talked about earlier, if you wanted to get short off of that rotation off of the 48. Again, we are trying to take advantage of ebbs and flows of the market. And we are always looking for reasons to trade. We're not just jumping in because we like to jump in. That's not how we trade here. We need opportunities. We need the market to give us those opportunities. And hopefully we are patient in that endeavor. That's what we have to try to do here so that we can make a little bit of cash, as they say in French. So getting back to Tesla, the relative strength index sits just above the territory of 33. Relative strength, the RSI, I haven't heard that in a long time. That's a good one. The last time I was there was in early March, but in oversold territory at 33. Wait till it gets down to 10, and then we'll talk about oversold. I love those RSIs, man. They sit there, it's oversold at below 50. Oh, it's oversold below 40. Oh, it's oversold below 30. Oh, it's oversold below 20. And you keep buying it and it's oversold. I mean, yeah, right. Gotta love the RSIs. RSI could stay at 20 or 10 forever. Anyway, that's my thing about the RSI. I don't use indexes, in case you were wondering. You don't see too many here on my screen, so that's a good one. RSI. Like I said, I haven't heard that in a while. Tesla shares got hit with additional pressure yesterday afternoon when Michael Burry, the Big Short of the Big Short fame, disclosed a large short position in the stock. Burry's Scion Assets Management holds 8,000 puts contracts, bearish options on 100 Tesla shares. That's a lot, yeah. Although there are no details on the strike price or expiration price. Yeah, I love these. So somebody's going to come and try to bury this guy. Maybe Elon Musk will say, "Let's go get all these shorts, get him out of my stock." And these guys are It's getting a little bit crazy. Crypto controversy. Tesla shares have also been seen volatile as CEO Musk battles with supporters arguably as passionate as his own devoted customers and investors, the crypto crowd. Musk has been praised for accepting Bitcoin for transactions, has seen Tesla stock rally on the announcement, found himself in the crosshairs after reversing that decision and suspending Bitcoin purchases on concerns of the amount of energy used in mining. Wow, that's a good one. That is a good one. I love that reason. Love it. If you believe that, I've also got some land someplace for you to buy. Anyway, this is so much fun talking to myself. I have to admit. So you should try this one day. Sit there and talk to yourself. I got 45, 50 people here, and I'm still talking to myself. It's amazing. Now, when people like outside of, when I finally get out of it, take this off, and they ask me, why are you so quiet? I said, no idea. And you tell me. Anyway, it is what it is. All right, we bounced down to the 51 area and came back up. We're looking at 48 as a little support. And again, anybody have questions, ask away. Let's see. After a multi-year investigation, New York Times is out with a report about Apple's hard bargain in China. The report says Apple largely ceded control of its data centers in some city in China and the Inner Mongolian region to the Chinese government, despite CEO's Tim Cook's previously assuring that data stored within the region would be safe. China's state employee physically managed the computers. Apple abandoned its encryption technology it used elsewhere after China would not allow it. And the digital keys that unlock information on those computers are stored in the data centers they meant to secure. Gee, what a surprise that one is. Oh, the only way China will let you work anywhere is for you to give them the keys to the castle. Otherwise, get the hell out of here. I guess China took a bite out of the apple. That's what I really meant to say. All right, there, Kurt. Thank you. If you look at the chat box area, again, if those of you who missed it, you'll see the levels that are imprinted on the in the chat box. And those are the levels that we use as a guide for the day. We add to them, subtract them, we adjust them. It all depends on price action, price volatility. And every day is different. So we understand that. We have to accept that. You know, maybe you don't understand it, but you do have to accept it. Not every day is different. Not every day is the same. All right. The rotation here in the market, still looking a little weak as long as we stay below the 64 area I said earlier. The 50.48 is our next support level that we have. Anybody have any questions, any comments, any thoughts and ideas? You want to put them in the chat box area where I can see them. We'd like to answer them if you have them. Concerns, thoughts, good or bad. All right, so again, we got no numbers coming out now. And basically we have a lot of Fed speaks at 10. Again, we don't know if it's going to move the market or not. We never know if it's going to move the market or not. I'm just putting it out there. And then at 11:30. So those are going to be happening. Again, never know what's going to happen with the market. Never know if one of these guys are going to say something that's going to create some volatility. All of those are up in the air as the market continues to downtick here. Support down at 48. If you wanted to get short, it was closer to the 60 area. Again, anything above 64 out of any shorts. Bonds here kind of ticking just a little. I mean, you know, I don't know if it means anything. Okay, coming down here to the 48 area. All right, nice rotation there against our 48 area. That works too. That's perfect there, Don. Thank you. All right, nice quick rotation against our 48. Got up to the 50.25. You got filled down at 48 even if you just took that. So again, nice little trade there if you did get in. Again, we are trying to just find opportunities to make a little bit of money. Thank you. I didn't think 54 was too bad either, to be honest with you. Maybe you didn't take it because it was a little early. The 54 worked very nicely also. All right. Good morning for you so far. Maybe you got short against our blue band. I don't know. Sorry, the caps? No, those caps I like. That's fine. I'm good with those. Caps and calling me names, I might have a little problem, but hey, I don't have problems with anything. I'm probably the happiest go luckiest guy around. No, don't worry. Don't worry about it. You can scream here all you want. I would love some screaming, to be honest with you. I mean, I wish. I mean, I'm used to screaming. Right? I mean, that's what I was really good at screaming. It would take me back to the days of the pit. Absolutely. You know, I always said that people who would look and see what was going on and didn't understand it, you know, again, Trading Places would probably be the best movie that you can pick up and watch to mimic. And you know what? That's going to be a classic, by the way, because they're not coming back with the pits. And guys like me are getting old, and we're not going to be around much to tell stories about them. So that one's going to be a classic. I should tell my kids to like digitize it and give it to older folk when they get older, so that they can have a memory of something that was unique to the times, which created what we're doing now. So, all right, nice rotation there against our 48 area. Hopefully some of you partook. We had our 54 area work, the 48 area worked, and now we are kind of floating back. Right now, resistance would be around 58 if you're a little aggressive and want to get short. And again, everybody here trades differently, right? There's not two people here to trade the same. You enter differently, you get out differently. I respect that. I mean, I respect people's decisions as to, how to get in and how to get out, because that is important. That's unique to the business. Everybody trades a little bit differently. Some people will hold this 48 area till, I don't know, maybe you want 7, 8 points out of it. Maybe you want 10 points. I don't know. I'm happy with the couple points, 3 points. And if I have any extra, I just kind of squeeze some here for it to go a little bit higher. And again, if you trade multiple contracts, that gives you the ability to do that, right? You can get out of some and see if we can get a little bit more out of the others. All right, market nicely rotating here off of our 48 area there. Again, if you're still trying to squeeze some, maybe you're looking at I'd say 58 is where you probably want to, that would be a really nice target. Again, if you have trying to stay long, you can have a trailing stop. And that keeps you in the game and keeps your profit locked in. So at some point. Okay, again, anybody have any questions, feel free to ask. All right, so market is going down, and ironically, I don't know if that's the case, but not really, because we could have sold the 62, 63 area above earlier, but we're making money on the long side. What a surprise. Doesn't mean we cannot get short. Again, there's different areas to get short. We talked about them. Can we repeat the levels again for us in the chat box area if somebody has them handy? If not, I can repeat them. Our pivot this morning is 4160. 4160, support at 54, 48, 42, 36, and 29. Resistance on the upside at 67, 73, 80, 87, and 93. All right. So a couple levels here got triggered and worked very nicely for us. Got resistance around, like I said, the 58 area. Anything above 64, we can probably tighten that up a little bit, but for sure, anything above 64, you don't want to be short anymore. Looking for the upper levels if we get above that. And kind of use your stops in here in the middle. This is, again, waiting for opportunities. And we talked about the various opportunities we've had. And we've had good amount. We like to probably trade about 4. We have on average 4 to 5 trades in a day. I think today, easily 5, maybe 6. Then they're little scalping opportunities. You know, we're not trying to make 10 points on them, even though if you did trade our first level there. He did get a nice rotation, or he could have gotten maybe 4 or 5. He could have gotten 4 or 5 off of here at 48. But we are scalping the market. We're looking to take a few rotations off of them, 2 to 3 point trades. And as long as they, are working, it gives us an opportunity to just add a little bit to the pot every time we get a chance. We kind of keep the market. We kind of keep our risk minimized as much as possible. And then that's why we take, try to take as many trades as we can. But we also focus more on the morning hours here. We feel that the ebbs and flows in the morning do well for us versus late afternoon or definitely in the late morning or late afternoon. The trade in the afternoon gets a little different. The players and the dynamics and the trade is totally different in the afternoon trade than it is in the morning. And so most of our focus is on the morning trade. It gives us good opportunities, good ebbs and flows. The afternoon trade definitely has its different way of trading. But doesn't mean that we don't use our levels. I mean, we could definitely use your levels as the day goes on. Levels do work, like I said yesterday. We had the 37 level, and it did bounce off of it very nice. That was the low. So you could use the levels in the afternoon. It's just a matter of, being patient and waiting for them, because obviously a few of our levels got triggered yesterday and really didn't have anything till late in the afternoon. So we could use those and kind of have a trailing stop, trade a little bit more defensively if you're going to trade. Defensively meaning not trade more or not trade a lot, but just use our levels only versus maybe price action plays, because the ebbs and flows and the dynamics, like I said, in the afternoon trade are totally different. I got a little resistance around the 58 area. And if you're going to keep a stop around the 58, I'd just say anything above 60, you want to be out of any shorts. Sometimes it's better to find the exit strategy and then trade around that. So find your exit strategy and then kind of place your orders in accordingly. That's another way of trading. How you find your exit strategy is what we try to teach. That's what we're teaching here. Find these levels of entry points and exit strategies. That's what we're trying to do here. So that in case you are interested in trading or learning or taking, maybe adding to some of your setups that you might have already, that's what we're trying to do here. All right, slowly upticking here. Again, if you're a little aggressive, resistance around the 458 area. Get anything above 60 out of any shorts. And see where it goes from there. Again, anybody have any questions, good time to ask. We are trading mini S&Ps here, trying to take advantage of ebbs and flows of the market. We've gotten our levels that we gave out this morning. And if you look at the chat box area, you'll see them there. We use those as a guide for the day. And that helps us stay focused on how we're trading, what we're looking for. Sometimes we get into what I like to call the no trade zone, where it gets choppy, bounces around, going nowhere. Sometimes we just have to be patient and wait for the market to play itself out. Especially if we did well during the morning, no reason to, just keep trading when it's not going anywhere and just floating back and forth. Oh, coming up here, maybe testing this 58 area. Again, keep your stop in. We know it's at 60, so we don't have to get too cranked up here. Don, you're hilarious, man. You're too funny. You can't pick and choose. That's the problem. We're just kind of testing this little area here. Again, anything above 60 out of any shorts. And maybe it'll start rotating to the upside. I don't know. Looks like it's going to get a little bit of momentum there above the 60 area. It's got to hold and close above there. All right, 60 being our pivot. So kind of just hanging up here against our pivot area, trying to decide what it wants to do. This is kind of almost getting to the point where it's the night like the no trade zone that we talk about. All right, market continues to slowly uptick here. Again, we are kind of flat right now. They've definitely taken some of the volatility out of the market. VIX is back down to 19 handle. We were up at 25 not too long ago. Last week, that was when the market was tanking. Definitely like the VIX up there. It definitely gives you more opportunities. When it gets quiet like this and when the markets rally, they just seem to suck some of the volatility out of the market. As we're kind of hanging around our pivot here, kind of going nowhere fast. Definitely don't have any opinion right in this area. Thought maybe it would hold a 58, but as you can see, it did not. And we said anything above, again, these are price action plays that you got to make sure you keep your stops in place. Gave you a tight little stop there. So if you did partake, looks like we're getting into this like no trade zone over here. We could easily kind of stay in this little area and go back and forth, going nowhere fast. Who knows? Like I said, we seem to have found our no trade zone early here. And it's right around our pivot, trading both sides of our pivot here. All right, again, things have quieted down quite a bit. Patience is very important. It's trade on both sides of our pivot here. Kind of going nowhere fast. We got a little bit bullish here, but again, it's not a great. It could easily rotate back down. So even though we got to hold, I mean, we got to hold above 60, and it's not doing that. So it's getting a little bit choppy here. Kind of, like I said earlier, probably the no trade zone area. But we've had some good opportunities against our levels this morning. Hopefully we're able to take advantage of it. And right now, when we get into this back and forth going nowhere fast place, you really got to be patient and wait to really look at our next level on the upside would be at 67. Good resistance up there, and we got to get above, like I said, 64, and you'll get a little bit of rotation higher. Maybe a little buy there above 64. And on the downside, and really next good support would be down at, well, I mean, if you want to, I mean, our next level of support is down to 36, but if you were trading, you want a price action play, probably around the 52 area. And kind of see what it wants to do from there. I mean, right now we're definitely into our no trade zone area here. So getting a little bit choppy, going nowhere fast. We've had, again, the opportunities we had this morning were solid, and they worked well for us. And then you get into this trade here where the market's kind of did its thing. And now it's trying to decide, I mean, which way it wants to go. We're right here at our pivot. So kind of tough to get any direction whatsoever. You'd be, kind of guessing here as to which way this thing wants to go. It could easily rotate down, or it could easily hold right in this area and rotate back up. I mean, this is we're the settlement price here. So not only are we trading around our pivot, we're also trading around the settlement price. So you're talking about really not much going on anywhere. I mean, really not. If you look at the last few days, we had the big break starting last week. Then we had the big rally over the last Thursday and Friday. And now we seems to have gotten, if we stay within yesterday's range, maybe consolidate here and to see which way we're going to go. Are we going to continue to downtick? Or are we going to, maybe we need a couple days of consolidation here if we look at the bigger picture. So this might be one of those days where, considering we had a pretty good morning, just kind of let things play out, because like I said, they could easily rotate one way or the other here. Since we don't know which way, and if you do know which way and you're not telling me, I'd be very upset. But I cannot tell you which way, so. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. Good time to ask questions. We focus more, like I said, on the morning hours, especially since the market's going to seem to be kind of dying out here a little bit. It's trying maybe to stay long, stay a little bit longish, but again, like I said, it could easily go down. There's no conviction in this market right now. And you as a trader have got to just kind of let the market kind of play itself out. I mean, you'd be guessing here as to which way it's going to go, so why guess? So of course you have an opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. If you do have an opinion, then you could trade it. So we're not against trading. We're just against trading blindly and losing money for no reason and giving brokers extra cash. I like to keep the brokerage fees at a minimum. All right. Again, kind of choppy here. And kind of no clue here what's going to happen. So again, we had a good morning. Consequently, let's be a little bit patient. If you want to really be patient, just use our levels. Next support level will be down at 36. Next resist. No, sorry, 42. I'm sorry, I skipped 30. It's 42, and then and resistance would be up to 67. And this right in here, anybody's guess. It's definitely trading on both sides, not only of our pivot. Well, it got off of our pivot, now it's trading both sides of the settlement price. A good time to ask questions. It's getting late in the morning here. Again, I'd love to kind of hang around and chit chat. I talked myself out already. But again, if the market's not going anywhere, and it's kind of floating back and forth here, again, just staying a little bit bullish, but not. If you asked me, I'll say it's a little bit bullish, but I would, like I said, it could easily go the other way. Do I want to talk about fishing? You're pushing it there, Don. You're just pushing it.
Hey, a couple quick programming notes and shout outs to everybody. If you have any questions about Sol Services, let us know back in chat. If you're part of Sol's friends and family, if you want to have a trading consultation with Sol, you can certainly set one up. Right now it's 10:50 a.m. on Tuesday, May 18th, 2021. Everything we do here is for educational purposes only. Nothing is to be taken as investment or trading advice. Sol is showcasing a price action trading methodology. His price action trading methodology that starts out with key proprietary scalping levels in the morning, right around the cash open. We work the market for about 2 hours or so till 11:30 based on those price action proprietary scalping levels and zones. There is a trade action component after the bell, which simply means that you have to make adjustments based on the reality of the morning's trade. Sol's looking to do 2, 3, 4, 5 trades during the morning session for his own trading account. If you are looking to really buckle down, focus your energy on, beating the market, if you will, or trading against other people and beating them and taking their money, that's really what presents itself based on trading the S&P 500 E-mini. We look to do it in an orderly, disciplined fashion. If you like what we're doing here, tell your friends. The first order of business around here is to make sure everybody is set up and joining the rest of us based on our friends and family opportunity here. I'll send it out to everybody, so if you haven't done it, take a moment to do it. If you decide to do the friends and family and get the discount, which can't imagine why you wouldn't, I'm going to put it in the screen right now, or on the screen, or in the chat. It's regularly $379 monthly. Special friends and family discount equals $100 a month. If you get the $100 a month, you get to keep it. So take a moment and sign up now if you haven't done it. Come back in on a daily basis. Receive Saul's proprietary scalping levels and his commentary during the morning session. So Aaron, let me know if you have any questions. Hey Anupam. Hey Anupam, did you get today's levels? Did you get a repeat? Just let me know back in chat. And I can, actually, you know what I'll do is let me read off the levels. I have 4160 is the pivot. 4160. Hey Anupam, appreciate it. 4160. Hey, Kurt H just posted them. They're in the chat area. So 4160 was the pivot. You had support at 54, 48, 42, 36, and 29. You had resistance at 67, 73, 80, 87, and 93. So these are the levels that Saul has set for himself for the morning session, and his target rich area is the first 2 hours of trading after the 9:30 bell. So what Saul does is what you can do. I mean, the concept here is Saul's been trading for 25 years or so. He's actively scalping currently. He has developed a trading strategy. He's sharing that trading strategy with you during the morning session. And he's also has the opportunity for people that are part of his friends and family to, that's the subscription, right? To receive a trading consultation based on where you are in your trading as individuals and where you'd like to be as an individual, and the opportunity based on price action and how that may affect your ability to develop consistent profitability in your trading based on this service and the opportunity to work with Saul going forward. So it's one of those things where Saul can take you under his wing and teach you. He doesn't take everybody. He wants to make sure that those that are, out there are people that he can work with. And obviously you want to know if Saul's somebody that you can work with based on your trading endeavor and the endeavor to develop consistent profitability on your trades. Saul looks to do 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. You can do the same. Saul has laid out his proprietary scalping levels and his zones. I think he has mentioned this a number of times that the trade action after the opening bell is very, very important to be able to decipher and understand how to participate during a particular trading day based on momentum and follow through. And that is part of the opportunity here from a teachable perspective. Saul teaching you. And there's a lot of great opportunity for Saul to pick up from you as individual traders. It is a relationship that is shared amongst you and amongst Saul as individuals and back and forth with Saul during the trading day. So that's what we do here every day. Your opportunity right now is to sign up for his friends and family if you haven't done it. Obviously, that because it'd be unfair to the other people that have signed up. We're looking for full participation when it comes to friends and family. It's a way for us to weed out the individuals that aren't really here to be part of it, just sort of want to listen or whatever. I don't. Sometimes I don't understand. So take the time to sign up. I did send it out to everybody, and take a moment. Hey, Kingsley, welcome. And again, if you're coming in as a guest, you're welcome. Come in for a couple days, get acclimated, ask questions, start to appreciate what you stepped into and what the opportunity is and what the opportunity isn't. And really buckle down and look to develop consistent profitability based on Sol's price action in general, and the opportunity that presents itself based on Sol's proprietary scalping levels and zones, the massaging of the market as it relates to today's market and today's market personality based on momentum and follow through, and the action of price and how you can enter trades, prices, you can defend your trade, price, and you can have a exit strategy on your trade, which is we're looking for a minimum trading profit on each trade of 2 points plus. Now those bands can, I guess they can contract to no trades, right? Or also can expand based on how the market is behaving, momentum and follow through, where you're expanding or extending your stop placement. Some days it could be 4 points or 5 points based on the stop. And then based on your exit strategy, you can expand your bands there to take more than 2 points or 2 points plus. But on a general market day, in development of in looking to develop and execute based on consistent profitability, the general rule is, you're not going into a trade unless you understand the mechanics of price action trading, how it relates to Sol's, the preset levels that he puts together right around the cash open, how the market is behaving around that level. What's your exit strategy on that trade? If you're looking for a particular price, you can milk it a little bit longer if it's going to give you more, but you really want to bank your money and hold on to it. And that's one of the key objectives here, is how do you structure yourself to be able to focus on a particular area or level, which in this case are Sol's proprietary scalping levels, and what to do with that area. Fade trade, momentum trade. Where do you enter the trade price? How do you defend the trade price? And what's your exit strategy? And that becomes a rinse and release. Like wax on, wax off type approach, where you're practicing it until it becomes second nature. And as you are developing your skill set, you learn to load the levels into your software. You're prepared for action around those levels. And then you have to practice your entries, exits, and stops in and around a particular level until it becomes second nature, so that when the market comes into an area, after you're schooled, after you're practiced, you have a sixth sense of what's going to happen. And you're executing your trades based on the reality of what's truly happening in and around those pre-mapped out levels. And that's the goal here. Consistent, bankable profitability in your account based on your ability to pick up and execute based on price action trading and pre-mapped out areas or zones during the morning session. That's it. That's what we do. That's what your opportunity is. And that's why we have such a nice group of individuals that not only refer people here, but stay for quite a while. Sol has individuals that have stayed with him for years and years. And there's a reason for that. They follow him around because they know what they got and they want to hold on to it. So, hey, Timothy, Roop, Robert C. I was going to go through the list. Make sure that you are signed up for Sol's Friends and Family. If you're coming in as a guest, stick around, ask questions. There is a AI that's part of our service that keeps track. So if you get exited, we had a couple exited this morning. We still haven't gotten them back in. That had been sort of lingering around and not making any decision about joining Sal's friends and family. And they just got exited by the artificial intelligence or the bot. What happens is that the bot identifies other bots and removes them. And then the bot also sort of calculates the time that you've been here versus signing up for friends and family. So just don't get caught up in that. It's not a good situation. So if you are interested, take the time to sign up. If you do get botted out, I'll give you our telephone number in Chicago. It's 312-685-2582. That's 312-685-2582. Give us a ring up and we'll look to get you back in. But of course, please take the time, appreciate what we're doing, sign up for the nominal, fee, and we take it from there. So anyway, I'll post it one more time, send it out to everybody, make sure you have it. I'll drift off into the background if you need me. If you're part of Sal's friends and family and you'd like to set up your time for your trading consultation, then let us know and we'll set it up for you. And thanks again for being here, and thanks for referring the people that you know.